This is New York Dimzs, man. New York Underground Hip Hop Modeling Magazine, man. It's the story about Wu-Tang and Lord Superb, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Banging that Lord Superb right now. It was crazy how I met Lord Superb, man. This was in the 90s, man. One day, me and my man Wise got into a fight, man. It was crazy, man. Me and Wise got into it, we was kids, man. And what was crazy about that, man, we ain't come to no agreement, so we got into a big fight. And come to find out, man, somebody sent me a kite, saying come in the parking lot. So I'm like, who the fuck is this telling me to come in the parking lot? And come to find out, man, Lord Superb was my man Wise family. I ain't know that shit. What was crazy about that, man, Lord Superb kept telling me to meet him in the parking lot. And I kept ignoring him for a whole month. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck you want with me, man? Fuck that, man. I'ma just leave it alone, man. I'm not going nowhere. So Lord Superb kept trying to put the pressure on me. So come to find out, he came in the parking lot and bred from Fort Rockaway, Queens. We all from Fort Rock. We all grew up in Edgemere, Fort Rockaway, Queens and shit. So I go to the parking lot. I'm asking him what he want. He's like, yo, man, that's my family, man. Leave that alone. You don't want problems with me. I was telling him whatever. He's like, yo, you don't want me to send my goons to me. And what was crazy about that, man, I didn't know how strong this nigga was. You know, Lord Superb was like 4 years younger than me, man. But what was crazy about it, man, this nigga was way advanced, making mad money. He had mad niggas with him. This shit was crazy, man. Come to find out, he was fucking with the new niggas and shit. So after a while, man, how I met Lord Superb again about 5 years ago and shit, man. And what was crazy about that, man, he was battling mad dudes. He was just killing shit, man. Ripping niggas apart, man. One thing about Lord Superb, man, he was so fucking talented, man. But he couldn't never stay real fucking focused, man. I used to always try to tell him, man, listen, man, you got it in you, man. But Lord Superb, man, you couldn't tell him nothing, man. He was just perfect. Either you like him or you not gonna like him. That's how he was and shit. But what fucked me up, man, when he died, man, Lord Superb called me a week before he died, man. I'm staying in Brooklyn, man. He was supposed to come see me. And we supposed to just chill and chop it up, man. When I got that fucking phone call, he fucking died, man. It messed me up, man, because, man, Lord Superb, man, was so fucking talented, man. And I went to his fucking funeral, man. Man, I sat there, man, tears came out my little fucking eyes, man. I felt so fucking bad, man. But I felt so bad because I could have spent more time with him and built with him and make him focus. But I was doing my thing, he was doing his thing, but that fucked me up, man. But Lord Superb always tell me, man, yo, listen, if anything ever happened to him, man, keep his music going and keep that Wu shit going. But you know, I know him and Ghost and them had a falling out and shit. He always tell me, yo, I love Ghost and them niggas, it's always gonna be family regardless. But I guess they never made up. And what was crazy, one day like fucking 5 summers ago, Lord Superb came to see me and shit. And he called Lord Jamal, that shit was crazy. He called Lord Jamal and said, yo, I'm fucked up, man, I need such and such and such. And Lord Jamal said, yo, I got you, come get that. And shit, I was right there when he was talking to him. He wanted me to go with him to see Lord Jamal, but that shit never happened, man. Lord Jamal told him, yo, man, I got you, man, but you gotta get yourself together, man. He was telling him straight up, he don't mind giving him shit, but he gotta do what he gotta do, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man, Lord Superb told me Ghost and them tried so much with him, man, but he was just fucking up here and there. So I understand, man, when you fuck up, man, dudes don't want to fuck with you no more, but I love my brother to the fullest, man. That's the story about Lord Superb, man. I'm gonna keep his legacy going. I got this Blutron coming out, Lord Superb, 2 CDs coming out soon. I love my brother to the death, no matter what it is and shit. And I'm gonna always have love for the fucking Wu, man. And Capradonna is like fucking family to me, man. Cause I grew up with Capradonna family in Edgemere. My man Danny and Sha, man. Danny Capradonna, cousin Danny, man, he was off the hook. He was crazy as shit. About Capradonna cousin. You know, Danny got a few years. He older than me, but one day, you know, when you a youngster trying to grow up, I tried to test motherfucking Capradonna cousin's skills and shit. Shit was crazy, man. Why did I do that? Danny whooped my motherfucking ass and shit, but that was a lesson learned. And Capradonna uncle raised me, Frank Reed. You know, Frank Reed grew up with my father and them from Edgemere and Redfern. Uncle Frank was fucking off the meter. Uncle Frank was just sick and insane. Uncle Frank, one of his wives was Miss Beanie. Miss Beanie's from Staten Island. All her family from Staten Island. And Miss Beanie raised me, man. One day I was sick, I was staying with Miss Beanie and them. And she took care of me like a mother, man. My own moms wasn't even there with me. And Uncle Frank took care of me too and shit. But Uncle Frank knew a lot about Islam. And he taught me a lot about being Muslim. That's why I'm Muslim to this day, and I know so much knowledge because of Frank. Frank was off the fucking chain, man. Frank always kept the ice pick on him. Frank, Uncle Frank was smoking some shit, and he was just robbing niggas off the muscle, man. He wanted that fucking money. He take out that fucking ice pick, man. He tell a nigga once to give it up, and when they don't give that shit up, Uncle Frank would just poke a nigga in the fucking neck, fucking ribs. I mean, it was like some fucking villain TV shit. Frank was on it. I mean, hard. I used to tell him to chill. He didn't want to chill. He was just on it hard. Capradonna, Uncle Frank Lee and shit. One day I was outside. It was about 12 at night. And it was my man Just, Uncle Frank was outside. And this shit was crazy. Just punched Uncle Frank in the fucking face mad hard. Why did Just do that? Uncle Frank say, yo man, this nigga punched me in my fucking face. I'm gonna kill him. I'm like, oh my fucking gosh, what's about to happen? Uncle Frank took out that ice pick and stabbed Just in the fucking neck, man. His neck was swollen up like this. It was blood everywhere, blood and gore, man. That shit was crazy. We had to hurry up and call an ambulance. The ambulance came, took Just in the ambulance, man. Just almost died, man. Frank almost killed him, man. But that's one thing about Frank, man. Uncle Frank wouldn't play no games. He was on it hard, a straight up villain, man. Capradonna uncle was fucking off the meter, man. That's Homicide Pops, man. Homicide from Edgemere, Wu-Tang, Capradonna cousin, man. That's the story about motherfucking Frank Reed in the Wu, man. And I got one more story about the Wu. This shit is crazy. One day I went over to my cousin's house, and my cousin Nikki, they all get money. It was like 5 girls. So I go to my cousin's house, and I peeped this shit. This shit was crazy. It was like 6 girls. All of them get money. My cousin, the next girl I knew about getting money, they all get niggas and get motherfucking money. And I noticed Tanisha was there. I'm like, what the fuck, Tanisha? No, my cousin, it was Tanisha, Pudgy, my cousin Nikki. I peeped that shit. I'm like, oh shit. All of y'all get fucking money. All of y'all get money. I peeped that shit. Word. Allah showed me the visions and shit, but Tanisha, man, I can't say too much about Tanisha, but she woo affiliated. I mean hard and shit. And that's my man cousin, Tariq cousin. Tariq from Southside Jamaica, also Redfern. I grew up with Tanisha and them and shit, man. But I don't know how true it is. My man Roy used to pick me up from work. He worked for the ambulance service and shit. He told me, go son Danny got a baby by his daughter. I don't know how true that shit is. But he used to tell me that shit all the time and shit. And that's how I'm affiliated by Woo, by Lord Superb and shit like that, man. Yo, that's my word. This is New York Dimzs, Morbilots. I'm always telling the truth, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. None of my stories is fake, man. I'm out. Peace. Incarceration made me relapse. Plots attract respect. I free text like sex. I was born in Queens, around Queens, who we were king. Guardian king, a leader straight through Sing Sing. Nonchalant with non-balance. Drugs and guns, my ghetto talent. Clips talk shit, niggas get hits, a perm move the silence. My medication, the music from the dungeon. Snakes telling cops, full of Vicks, we be mugging. Digging pockets, getting wallets. Butters off letters, what other people credit card. I'm a thug.